The Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture present Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson. Also presented by Double Diamond Farm, Gulfstream Park, Ocala Breeders Sales Company, Tampa Bay Downs, Valerie Daly of Showcase Properties, and Woodford Thoroughbreds.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Thoroughbred Week, featuring stakes action from the Laurel Park Fall Festival, including the latest long shot for Hall of Fame trainer D. Wayne Lucas and the Frank J. DeFrancis Memorial Dash. We begin with the Richard W. Small Stakes from Laurel Park. Storm and Monarcho, the 5-2 favorite. Dave Rodman picks up the call.
Into the far turn, a 46 4/2 mile, and Warrior of the Roses still determined on the front end. Warrior of the Roses from Sioux, Storm and Monarcho tap it into victory. In the clear on the outside, Paige McKenney is next in fifth. Bull Curlin is in sixth. In between horses, Beauty and the Pulpit trying to weave through some traffic. Had to steady there. Oh, and the falling there, Talk Show Man lost the rider. Clip Teals apparently, and Xavier Perez is down on the ground. They're coming through the stretch, and Storm and Monarcho has gained the lead from the charging Paige McKenney, second on the outside. Heavy on Toledo, and Stormin' Monarcho in the Richard Small Stakes, and they're storming home to win.
Stormin' Monarcho storms home by 2 3/4 lengths over Paige McKenney. Javi and Toledo aboard in 149-1. A stakes winner at Delaware Park in September, the David Jacobson trainee was coming off a fourth-place finish in stakes company at Gulfstream Park West. The 4-year-old gelding by Monarchos was bred in Kentucky by John C. Oxley and was a $13,000 Keeneland September yearling. An $85,000 OBS March 2-year-old, Stormin' Monarcho has earned $352,000 for Lawrence Roman. To Woodbine for sprinting fillies and mares and the Grade 2 Best Arabian Stakes. Hillaby, the 5-2 favorite. Dan Loisel has the call.
22 3/5 of a second for the opening quarter mile in his long shot. Cryptic Message is stolen off by 4.5 lengths. Dauphin Rouge back in second. Hillaby is third. To the inside, Graceville is in fourth position. Gaining ground now is Native Bombshell. They ran a half in 45 seconds flat. They're getting closer to Cryptic Message. On the far outside, Hillaby's making a move. Graceville is in between horses. Disco Barbie being roused there by Trevor McCarthy, and they're into the stretch. Hillaby comes on to take the lead. It is Hillaby in front with 1 furlong to go. On the outside, Disco Barbie is trying hard, but Hillaby is holding at bay, and it's Hillaby striding to the line to win the Best Arabian.
Hillaby by Windstar Farm Stag and Distorted Humor draws off to defeat Disco Barbie by 2 3/4 lengths. Patrick Husbands aboard in 121-2. An easy allowance winner over the track in her latest, the Mark Cassey trainee, records her first stakes victory. The 4-year-old filly was bred in Ontario by Eugene Melnick and is out of former Canadian Horse of the Year, Seeley Hill. Stone Street Stables acquired the winner for $500,000 in July. Hillaby has earned $260,000. American Produce Records is now available online. Visit brisnet.com/APR for unlimited access to the pedigrees of more than 3 million thoroughbreds for just $275 a year, now including SAR stats. Back to Laurel Park for 2-year-old fillies in the Smart Halo Stakes. Overprepared, the 2-5 favorite. Once again, here's Dave Rodman.
Still a tight packet of the far turn. Round the far turn, and Cursive makes that first run toward the lead. Eid Dubai's Humor up 3 wide. Morning tailed out of the fence, making 4 crosses. Chilly start 4 deep at a 23-1 opening quarter. Just in behind them is Over Prepared's got to find a way out of there. In the meantime, Lake Sebago tries to surge in between horses for the final quarter of a mile. They swing into the stretch, and Eid Dubai's Humor's up top in a 46 4/2 mile. Eid Dubai's Humor leading the way. A length and a half from Lake Sebago in second, followed by Cursive. No fire from Over Prepared. On the inside, Lake Sebago. Lake Sebago keeps charging with Trevor McCarthy. Lake Sebago will get up to win.
27-1 long shot Lake Sebago by Ashford Stud Stallion Munnings runs by E. Dubai's Humor to win by half a length. Trevor McCarthy aboard the Keeneland Cells graduate in 110-4. An 11-length maiden winner over the track in her second start. Lake Sebago was coming off a runner-up finish in an entry-level allowance at Laurel Park. The winner was bred in Kentucky by Mockmer Hall, Carey, and Craig Brogdon and was a $22,000 Keeneland September yearling. Trained by John Robb, Lake Sebago has earned $99,000 for Tim O'Donoghue Racing Stables. Watch Thoroughbred Week replays online at tbredweek.com.
Point of Entry's taken the lead. Point of Entry has defeated Animal Kingdom by a length and a half.
Real Solution continues to attack on the outside. A wild finish coming here, and Point of Entry, oh, the classy Point of Entry would not be denied.
Point of Entry, a striking 5-time Grade 1 winner by world-class sire Dynaformer, standing at Adena Springs.
Every industry has a way to compare quality. The benchmark in the thoroughbred industry has always been Grade 1 winners, and no other active sire in North America has had more success than Giant's Causeway. His Grade 1 supremacy continues with superstars like 2-year-old filly Take Charge Brandy.
Take Charge Brandy has gone all the way.
Giant's Causeway, standing at Coolmore, America, home of champions.
Combining the legacy of Kentucky with the fertile breeding ground of Florida, Woodford Thoroughbreds proudly introduces in 2014 Warfront's best son to stand at stud, multiple graded stakes winner, Sold Out, and juvenile Grade 1 winner of the Hopeful Stakes, Currency Swap. Woodford Thoroughbreds, where a new generation of horse racing excellence has begun.
Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish. Florida produced Breeders' Cup Classic winner Mucho Macho Man. Florida is one of the premier breeding regions and training centers in the world. We are a leading prep center for Derby winners and contenders. We boast of premier veterinary research centers and 3 major racetracks. Florida has the largest 2-year-old in training sale in the world, selling horses 6 times annually. Florida is proudly represented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association. Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish.
Discover Ocala, horse capital of the world, centrally located between Orlando and Jacksonville. Ocala's thoroughbred industry has many incentives to breed, raise, and train thoroughbreds. Here are a few recent listings: Oak View, Copacabana, Marnick, Ocala, Marion County. Come visit us and we'll show you why it's a great place to live.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 3 Bob Hope Stakes just ahead in this segment. We begin with 2-year-olds at Laurel Park in the James F. Lewis III Stakes. Cinco Charlie, the 11-10 favorite. Once again, here's Dave Rodman.
Some 9 lengths from first to last. They fire past the half-mile pole. 22 seconds. Rapid fire. Wicked opening quarter. Machination is ahead in front. Now a neck from Cinco Charlie second. El Guerrero is racing third position. Dunlupe racing to the outside. Senor Grits battles on in between horses. Just 3 off the lead. Here comes Majestic Affair picking up the pace on the outside. Majestic Affair moves and looms just 2 lengths off the leaders at the top of the stretch who've been really going at it. Machination is just in front. Machination makes the turn in from Cinco Charlie, Majestic Affair, and Senor Grits to the inside. 45-2 is the half miler into the stretch. Cinco Charlie lights out, pulling away 2.5 and 3 lengths from Majestic Affair second, and then it's Senor Grits, Cinco Charlie, and Ricardo Santana Jr. in the James F. Lewis. Impressive to win by 3.
Cinco Charlie, the winner officially by 2 3/4 lengths over Majestic Affair. Ricardo Santana Jr. aboard the OBS South Graduate in 109-3. Cinco Charlie won the first 2 starts of his career at Churchill Downs, including the Grade 3 Bashford Manor Stakes. The Steve Asmussen trainee was last seen finishing 3rd in the Grade 2 Futurity Stakes. The colt by Indian Charlie was bred in Kentucky by Candyland Farm and was a $75,000 yearling turned $190,000 OBS March 2-year-old. Cinco Charlie has earned $239,000 for William and Connie Heiligbrot. Darby Dan Farm Stag in Jerseytown, Kentucky's only Grade 1 winning miter at stud by Leading Stars Fightstown. And out of the 3-time Grade 1 winning mare, Jersey Girl. Watch for Jerseytown's first yearlings in 2015. To Del Mar for 2-year-olds in the Grade 3 Bob Hope Stakes. All right, the even money favorite, Trevor Denman has the call.
Past a half mile they go, and All Indians winging out here is joined now by Every May. In behind that comes Sebastian's Heart. St. Joe Bay is right there on the far side. No problem in between them. All right in the red colors. Only 3 lengths separate 6. Story to Tell ridden along as losing ground, and then Diamond Majesty. Coming to the quarter pole now, and they're turning the pressure on up front. All Indians desperate to hold on. Overtaken by No Problem. On the outside, St. Joe Bay. All right. Hooked to the extreme outside is in with a shot too. They come for home. No Problem along the inside. St. Joe Bay. Down the center. All right. 3 of them stretched across the track. Any one of them can win it. All right on the outside. No Problem on the inside down to these 2. No Problem gonna get there. No Problem in a thriller.
17-1, No Problem gets up to defeat the favorite All Right by half a length. A 1-2 finish for Colts by Ashford Stud Stallion Munnings and for Keeneland Sells graduates. Victor Espinoza, the winning jockey, in 123-2. No Problem was coming off an easy front-running victory in a $75,000 maiden claimer at Santa Anita. He rewards former Todd Pletcher assistant Mike McCarthy with his first stakes victory since going out on his own. The winner was bred in Kentucky by Mr. and Mrs. Mark Farrell. A $30,000 OBS August yearling, No Problem has earned $81,000 for P&G Stables. The colt was consigned by Hunter Valley Farm agent for Binbar Farm to the 2012 Keeneland November sale, where he was purchased by Antonio Sano agent for $22,000. Grade 3 Bob Hope Stakes winner No Problem, the Keeneland Sells graduate of the week. To Laurel Park for 3-year-old fillies in the Safely Kept Stakes. Shea Jolie, the 2-1 favorite. Dave Rodman picks up the call.
So down the backstretch they run. Cherise P is in front from Burn Control in second. Stormy Novel is in third. Perfect Ride is next in fourth. Who's in Town racing along in the 5th spot. Then to the outside we have True Romance, has got 6 lengths to make up at this point. Awfully Golden has dropped back just a bit midway through the pack, followed by Vero Amori on the inside. Then it's back to Nora Carl. Shea Jolie is lingering double digits in the front. Mighty Swift starts a 3-wide rally on the turn. Nicky Pops Rops is next, then Take the Odds in the back with Steady and Love. They reached the top of the stretch at 22 3/4. The half was in 45 3/5 of a second. The pace has been solid, and True Romance has surged to that lead. True Romance and Who's in Town to the center of track, trying to gun down True Romance as they burst through the final furlong. Here is Who's in Town. Who's in Town and Julian Pimentel grabbing that lead inside the final furlong from True Romance, who continues to battle well and is holding second. Shea Jolie very, very late on the scene with late burst of energy. Who's in Town, Shea Jolie?
Who's in Town by Windstar Farm Stallion Speightstown holds off the late charge of Shea Jolie by 3/4 of a length. Julian Pimentel aboard in 123-3. Disqualified from a victory in the Grade 2 Adirondack Stakes at 2, the Michael Matz trainee gets her first official stakes victory. The filly by Speightstown was bred in Maryland by Sycamore Hall Farm. Who's in Town has earned $210,000 for Richard Golden. 3-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Produce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. Next from Laurel Park, the City of Laurel Stakes. Bump Start, the 7-2 favorite. Again, here's Dave Rodman.
13 lengths from first to last in the field of 13 in a 22-4 opening quarter. They head into the far turn. Amelia's Wild Ride putting on that pace by a length and a half. Amelia's Wild Ride is chased by Wonder Fella in second. He's a chance and cut. Shark, who's racing in the 4th spot. Then to the inside is Super Lucky, who's got 5.5 or 6 lengths to make up. I Love Lulu 3 deep in the turn and driving as there's 2.5 furlongs left to go. The others have to pick it up now. Bump Start is out 5 wide past the quarter pole. They swing into the stretch. Amelia's Wild Ride, a 45 and 2.5 mile trying to hold on, but Cuddy Shark is on the outside. Here comes Cuddy Shark. Cuddy Shark, and then a wall of horses chasing home. Griff finds daylight. Griff is closing for the back of the pack. Cuddy Shark has to grapple with the great Griff on the outside, and Griff goes right on by. Griff and Abel Castellano Jr. going away.
Griff rallies from the back of the field to defeat Cuddy Shark by 2 1/4 lengths. Abel Castellano Jr. aboard in 121-4, a 102 brisk speed rating. The first stakes victory for stretch running Griff, who was coming off a 5th place finish in an optional Kramer at Belmont Park. The 3-year-old gelding by Rockport Harbor was bred in Kentucky by his owner, Seagull Associates. Trained by Timothy Hills, Griff has earned $149,000. The Spendthrift Farm Snagging of the Week is Flat Out, the all-time leading earner at stud with the legendary AP sire line. A three-time Grade 1 winner, Flat Out possessed miler speed that earned him a 1:16 Beyer, the fastest Beyer speed figure at a mile since 2012. Visit Spendthrift Farm to see what everyone is excited about.
Some horses are so brilliant, they make you stop and take notice.
Fort Larden has given way. It's cross traffic.
Some are bred on a perfect cross.
Then on the outside is Mucho Macho Man round the Greek down toward the rail.
This horse has it all. Plus, traffic stopping good looks. Cross traffic, unbridled songs, fastest son.
Cross traffic will take his place among the top handicapped horses in the country.
For more than a decade, WinStar has been a leader in freshman sires' success. Distorted Humor, Tisnow, Spitestown. And now, another sire has risen to the top.
And it is Super Saver.
Competitive edge in the hopeful. The winner by 4.5 lengths. I spent in a clear-cut second.
Super Saver, standing at WinStar Farm.
This is Kate and Breda for Equine Eco Green. Equine Eco Green is smart horsemen leading the way for recycling. Our company's patented a comprehensive waste management system. We accommodate wood, straw, and other cellulose waste and produce bagged or bulk shavings, fire logs, pellets, and compost. Waste management is a chronic problem throughout the world. Our solution presents an exceptional opportunity. We're seeking sophisticated investors who share our vision. Equine Eco Green, made by horsemen for horsemen.
A Florida bred. He is not just a racehorse. He is our heart. He is our toil and sweat. He soaks up the bright sunshine, becoming mighty and strong. He feasts on our abundant grass and drinks our mineral-rich water. He is a way of life, our champion. His excellence brings us chills as he competes, inspiring us to greatness. He is our purpose, our soul. He is a Florida bred.
Living up at the Downs. Do you like having a great time with your friends and family? Then you will have a great time. Come out to Tampa Bay Downs and you will see Thoroughbred racing, Texas Hold'em tournaments. You gotta know when to pull them. Help your golf game at our practice range. You can bet there's so much more. Tampa Bay Downs. Live it up at the Downs.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with 3 graded turf stakes in this segment. We begin with 3-year-olds at Churchill Downs and the Grade 3 Commonwealth Turf Stakes. Heart to Heart, the even money favorite, Larry Comas picks up the call.
Into the turn they go, and Heart to Heart continues to lead the way. Other Cheek on the outside, still second, Beshert is third. Archway to Heaven ridden along in fourth for more. Captain Dixie follows in fifth. And then it's He's in front and High Ball, and they're into the stretch. And Heart to Heart is getting away. Heart to Heart running strong coming to the 8th pole, opening up a 5-length lead on Other Cheek. And then Beshert to the outside, and they're all far behind Heart to Heart, who comes down to the final 16th with a 4-length lead. And Heart to Heart and Julien Leparoux have gone all the way in the Commonwealth turf.
The heavy favorite Heart to Heart takes the field gate to wire to defeat long shot Other Cheek by 3 3/4 lengths. Julien Leparoux up in 141 2. 3 consecutive stakes wins for Heart to Heart, who took the Grade 3 Jefferson Cup in his latest. Brian Lynch trains the rising 3-year-old turf star. The Ontario-bred colt by English Channel was a $25,000 yearling. Heart to Heart has earned nearly $330,000 for Terry Hamilton. Heart to Heart paid $4 to win and is the Malone's Favorite of the Week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. 3-year-old fillies over the Churchill Downs turf in the Grade 2 Mrs. Revere Stakes. Testa Rossi, the 2-1 favorite. Once again, here's Larry Comas.
Up the backstretch, Kiss Moon the leader, Spring Included a half length behind. Courageous Julie third to the outside of them. Miss Frost rides the hedge in fourth. And in between horses, a little bit sassy is right there with Speed Skater 6th on the far outside and Hard Held. 2 lengths more back to Sparkling Review, then Distorted Beauty to the inside, followed by Walk Close, Testa Rossi, Munira down toward the inside. Personal Diaries going up around Lady Laura and Sandiva. Around the far turn, Kiss Moon continues to lead the way, Spring included. Second to the outside. These two lengths clear of their competition as they make their way toward the top of the stretch. And then it's Miss Frost and Speed Seeker on the outside, cutting the corner a little bit. Sassy starts to get going, and then Testa Rossi. Kiss Moon still there. Kiss Moon the leader, in front by 3. Spring included second. Testa Rossi is closing up the inside. On the far outside is Sparkling Review. And then extreme outside, Lady Laura. Kiss Moon. Here comes Sparkling Review. Right on by. Sparkling Review and Julian LeParoux have won.
Sparkling Review rolls through the stretch to defeat Lady Laura by 2 3/4 lengths. The second graded stakes victory on the card for Julian LeParoux. Time of the race 1:42.1. After finishing 5th in her debut over the main track at Churchill Downs in June, the Ben Holbrook trainee has reeled off 4 consecutive victories over 4 different turf courses, including the Grade 3 Pin Oak Valley View at Keeneland. The filly by Lemon Drop Kid was bred in Kentucky by Edward Seltzer, who was also co-owner of the winner, along with Beverly Anderson. Sparkling Review has earned $303,000. Julian LeParoux with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. To Aqueduct for turf horses in the Grade 3 Red Smith Handicap. Big Blue Kitten, the 4-5 favorite. John Embrial picks up the call.
They're midway up the back stretch. Micromanage, challenged here by Legendary. It's Micromanage on the inside and Legendary on the outside. It's a length to Calvados in 3rd. Morgano runs in 4th. Then comes Managar in 5th, followed by Dynamic Sky. Unitarian is now gaining ground on the outside. Then St. Albans Boy, Big Blue Kitten still at the back with Can't Help Believing. And the field is coming for the head of the stretch. Micromanager's dropped out of it. Legendary has the lead as they head for home. Legendary in front by almost 3. Then it's Morgano, Calvados. Dynamic Sky looks to rally down at the rail, and now they're closing in. Here comes Dynamic Sky. Here comes Morgano on the outside. Legendary back in 3rd, and here's Big Blue Kitten, who arrives on the scene, but arrives on the scene late. Dynamic Sky in front, Big Blue Kitten 2nd.
Dynamic Sky rallies along the rail to defeat odds-on favorite Big Blue Kitten by 1 1/4 lengths. Cornelio Velasquez, the winning jockey, in 2:18.4. Dynamic Sky had been winless in 5 turf stakes at Woodbine this year, but the Mark Cassie trainee was a close second in the Grade 1 Northern Dancer and was 3rd in the Grade 1 Canadian International. The Ontario-bred 4-year-old colt by Sky Mesa was a $25,000 yearling. Dynamic Sky has earned nearly $939,000 for John C. Oxley. Coming up, the latest long shot for a Hall of Famer.
Share what you love about Florida.
Wholesome food that's fresh from Florida. You already know how good it is, but did you know that buying locally makes a good thing even better? Food grown here by Florida farmers doesn't need to be shipped as far. That saves fuel and cuts emissions, which helps the environment. Buying Florida-grown products creates jobs and generates revenue, and that helps our economy. Fresh from Florida. Good for the environment, good for the economy, good for you.
Kentucky Derby winner Orb posted 5 consecutive wins, including this signature victory.
And Orb has won the Kentucky Derby!
In the Fountain of Youth, Orb bested an undefeated Grade 1 winner and was 2/5 off the track record. Orb took the Florida Derby by storm and was made the solid favorite in Kentucky.
Have won the Florida Derby!
Orb hails from a family of successful sires and champions. Kentucky Derby and dual Grade 1 winner Orb at Claiborne Farm.
And they're off.
After finishing a disappointing 8th in her first start, Groupie Doll would rebound just 2 weeks later to impressively break her maiden. She would go on to become one of the best sprinters of her generation, earning back-to-back Eclipse Awards. After selling for $3.1 million at the Keeneland November sale, everyone believed her racing career was over. But Groupie Doll would return and add another graded stakes victory to her impressive resume. OCD Pellets. Build stronger bone and build your success story.
Time now for the feature race of the week presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. To Laurel Park for the $350,000 Frank J. DeFrancis Memorial Dash. Dad's Caps, the 9-5 favorite. Here's the call by Dave Rodman.
They're off of the Frank J. DeFrancis Memorial Dash. Happy My Way sent up for the early lead, but there too is Favorite Tale and Zebros. 3 of them are running together in the opening furlong, and Dad's Caps is in 4th position. Then Burn Identity is next in 5th. 5 or 6 lengths off the pace up ahead. Smash and Grab bobbled at the beginning back to 3rd last position, and Heaven's Runway and Miko Margarita has got double digits to make up. Some 13 off that pace. 22 seconds was the opening quarter mile. And Favorite Tale down to the inside is ahead in front from Zebros in 2nd. Dad's Caps rating beautifully at this point with 2.5 furlongs left to go. Looming up there. Happy My Way is back in 4th. Burn Identity is 5th. 4 for the leaders, followed by Smash and Grab to the outside. Back to Heaven's Runway. Miko Margarita. They make the turn for home. Zebros. Dad's Caps set down to the outside. A 44 and 4.5 mile. And Zebros is there. Zebros still going. No signs of stopping at all for Zebros. Zebros scorching home. Happy My Way trying to regather up on the inside. Dad's Caps. And then down to the inside is Favorite Tale and Burn Identity. Zebros and Jose Ortiz.
The longest shot on the board, Zebros, at 29-1, scores the upset by 2 1/4 lengths over Happy My Way. Jose Ortiz subbing for the injured Alex Centrone. The OBS sells Graduate Sprint 6 furlongs in 1:08 3. The latest long shot for Hall of Fame trainer Dwayne Lucas, who scored a 61-1 shocker with Take Charge Brandy in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. Zebros was making his 4th start for Lucas, who sent the colt out to take an allowance sprint over the Keeneland Turf Course in his latest. The 4-year-old colt by Brother Derek was bred in Kentucky by Ico Stable and was a $270,000 OBS April 2-year-old. Zebros has earned nearly $438,000 for Zayat Stables. We'll have 2-year-olds in the $1 million Delta Jackpot, 2-year-old fillies in the Delta Princess Stakes, along with graded stakes action from Churchill Downs, Del Mar, Gulfstream Park West, and Woodbine next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week is presented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture. Online at tbredweek.com.